Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. How are you? Very well. Thanks for answering. I'm the host for today's talk. So, 4 years ago, I have acted as a clown just once. I think the moment was one of my best memories in my student life, which I never forget. Making audiences laugh and feel happy gave me much more happiness and proudness myself. Have you ever had this kind of memories in your life? Yes? Or no? If you say no, today's talk is for you. Before I introduce today's speakers, would you please either turn off your cell phones or switch them to the silent mode? Thank you. Today, we've got the largest number of speakers. They are Aitken, Tori, Robyn, Julien, McNulty, Nunez, and Nunez. They are sharing us their stories during the talk title, Come and Act with the GPP. Let's please welcome them with a big applause.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. We are select members of the Gwangju Performance Project. Each of us are players, and we will give a brief introduction of ourselves and what countries we're from, and then we'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek into what the GPP is. Actor, there we go. So in alphabetical order.
I'm Aitken, and I'm the secretary of the GPP.
What country?
I'm from Australia.
My name's Tori, and I'm from the UK, and I am the workshop coordinator for the GPP.
Hi, I'm Robyn Cox. I'm Canadian, and I am the membership coordinator of the GPP.
Hi, I'm Julien. I'm from Canada, and I do stuff. I'm the social media kinda and the Twitter guy.
I'm Nunez. I'm from America, from the state of Virginia, and I am the GPP treasurer.
My name is O'Neill, and I'm from USA, Montana, if you know where that is, and I am the event coordinator.
Thank you so much. All right. So each of us will give a little bit of a talk. Little segments into what the GPP is. So I will begin with just explaining what it is. Our two founders of the GPP, which is the Gwangju Performance Project, are Joe Park and Travis Major. Both of them have come to Gwangju, were here for a specific amount of time as teachers, and then they moved on. They pursued different opportunities. But what the two of them have left and created is what we have today. It's because of them that we are able to even be an organization. We are right now trying and striving to be an NPO, nonprofit organization. So we are starting the paperwork, we're starting the lengthy process, and we'll keep you updated as to our endeavors there. Our vision is to provide fun, theater, entertainment for Gwangju residents, for people to come and to kind of take a break from what life is. What life is for each of us is different in different ways, but theater brings us together. Whether we're performing it, whether we're backstage, or whether we're watching it, we get to be a part of a community, of seeing an art form that's very treasured, very sacred. The pictures, the first is the two founders, but the other picture is a workshop, dance workshop that was put on by different members, past members of the GPP. And we're continuing where others have left off. Because of their involvement, we're able to exist today. So what has the GPP done? Well, we've had somewhat of a facelift. We've been remarketing ourselves and doing different things for the community. But we have produced 6 different projects, with our 6th being Rumors, which will be next month, which someone will talk about in a little bit. We've also collaborated with the GIC, the Vagina Monologues, GFN, and other organizations. In the future, we hope to add to those organizations of people who really want to be a part of the theater arts. And we're involving a whole community together through theater. We're desiring to have everyone have a part in acting that's here in Gwangju. So I will pass this now off to Julien to talk about his experiences with the GPP. Myself, I've been in 3 different productions of the theater, but Julien has been an earlier member of our group.
Thank you very much. So when did it all start? Our first play was this time in 2011 was our first play called Picasso at the La Panagile. And it was at the CD Theater, which is in the basement near the Chonam University, Saguri, I guess is where it is. And this was our stage in the basement. And it was a bunch of like-minded people got together. We talked about Joe and Travis. And this was the first play written by Steve Martin, the American comedian. And one of the interesting things when we do these plays is our own makeup, as well as costumes for the most part. And I don't know if you can see so well in this picture here, but so there I am right here. This is the dress rehearsal, and that's Einstein, otherwise known as Travis, one of the founders of the GPP. And Travis is not in this picture here, but this is the guy who played Picasso, and there I am, maybe 40 years later. So we did our own aging makeup and everything, although the actual makeup was done by this guy right here, and he's since moved on. And so we use our own costumes and as many of the props, and build as many of the props as we can, which is a very important part of the process, is building the scenes and the makeup and the costumes. Whoops. Actually. There you go. And so that was the first play. That was May 2011. And then the next play after that was The Real Inspector Hound. That was in fall of the same year. And then again in 2012, we did another play called Ives Just Want to Dance. And there were a collection of plays that we put together from David Ives. And this is me again right here. And this is in a play called The International Language. And as an English teacher, as a linguist by want-to-be profession, I'm very interested in language. And from an acting perspective, it's really incredible because first you have to learn your lines, just memorize them. Then you have to make them sound real. And then you have to make your reactions real. It's not enough to say, hello, how are you today? You actually have to make your body language match your language. But in the international language, I had to learn an entirely made-up language. The script is all gobbledygook, and they're all made-up sentences. So not only did I have to learn my lines, I had to learn a language that doesn't even exist, and then make it believable. And this is my partner over here. She's an incredible actor, and she's gone back to South Africa. Then after that play, we did another one called 6 Plays, and we did a collection in one day. A bunch of people got together and wrote different plays. And this was the one I was in, called The Worthingtons, and I played a presidential candidate, not unlike Mitt Romney or George Bush or Richard Nixon. And again, the costumes, we did all our own costumes. And the guy who played my aide, General Prenicky, we made all the medals up by hand, his medals and everything. I did them all up by hand, and actually that was a lot of fun. So spent a lot of time trying to make the uniforms as authentic as possible. And then after the 6 plays, the most recent one we did was the Why is Torture Wrong, and the people who love them. And this is the cast over here. And Joey, I think you were taking this picture. So there's the cast there. And again, we had a wonderful set makers, and as well behind the scenes, to transition the stage was a real challenge in that play, because we had to have completely different rooms on the same stage, and we would have maybe a minute and a half at most to change everything around, and it was very challenging. And poor Blair here, in one scene, he went, and Blair, as well as there's Travis here as well, went from nice clothes to having blood all over his face to the next scene having to be cleaned up again. So we're talking maybe 1 minute, 2 minute turnarounds. So a real challenge for scene and makeup and costumes. I think that's the last one. One other thing that kind of spins off out of it is we do work with GFN doing some voice acting stuff. There's a book came out called Once Upon a Time in Korea, and a bunch of us did the, Joey was in that as well, did the voice characters for the book that was published by GFN. And so for me, it's been really important to get the costumes, the makeup, and learn the lines and make them believable, not just as an actor, but in authentic conversation. So as a teacher, or even as somebody who studies a language, learning that discourse has always been my favorite part of acting. And every show is different, and every show is a learning process. And as somebody who has a pretty big ego, it's always fun to take criticism from other people. And it's challenging, because sometimes you think you're doing something right, and people say, no, I think you should try it this way. And it's a good way to grow as a person. So that's been my experience.
And now we will briefly talk about our other 3 programs that we have upcoming. Our Rumors production, which is next month. Our workshops with our upcoming workshop on June 28th. And then the GPP's choir is involved. So I will let Heather take it from here.
Hello everybody. So I'm going to talk to you today about our play that we are putting on in July called Rumors. But first, I figure I should tell you a little bit about myself. In regards to the play, I'm working as the assistant director of the play. I'm also co-directing the choir with Caitlin, who's going to talk to you about the choir today. Before I came to Korea, I was always heavily involved in the performing arts and heavily involved in arts organisations that reached out to people who weren't necessarily classically trained or had music degrees or theatre degrees, people who just have an interest in the arts. And that's what we want to encourage here as well. So with Rumors, it's a comedy, or what we call a farce, so a very silly comedy, about a dinner party in America that goes very, very, very wrong. Someone gets shot, everything goes wrong, everyone is trying to hide the story, and people are tripping over phone cords, and it's very funny. And I hope that you all come and enjoy it. When we had our auditions, we opened them to anyone and everyone. I want to stress that anyone and everyone can get involved with this. For this play, we have, besides Joey, an entirely new cast, including one young Korean girl called Susie, who's only 21, she's a university student, and she has been working so hard. And it's been so inspiring to see this group of people living in Gwangju and Jeolla province, I personally live in Suncheon, working together to create what is going to be a fantastic production. This year, for the very first time, we will be having Korean subtitles for the entire play. So even if you don't feel confident understanding the quick pace of an English-speaking play, you can still come and enjoy enjoy our play. And I really hope that you do. Tickets will be $10, 10,001. Translating to Australian maybe. And we will be having 5 performances on the 12th of July, the 13th of July, 2 on the 19th, and 1 on the 20th of July. So you have no excuse. You can come to one of these days. So I hope that you all come, and I hope to see you all being involved in the future.
Hello. Okay, so as I said, my name is Tori. I'm from the UK. A bit about me. I trained in the UK as an actress. I went to drama school, and I did acting and community theatre. So the first part of my degree and studying was studying acting and all about me and how, like what Julien said, how to make a character and believe the character and build a life for the character. And then in the second part was taking all this great stuff and offering it to other people that haven't got any experience with performing arts or acting. So I've worked with homeless people, with people who, old aged people. In the UK, we have like older generation, and we've got where, I don't know how to put it properly, but there's an older generation that feel redundant, and a lot of them live in old people's homes, and they don't know what to do, and like their relatives don't visit them. So I worked with a company, and we did reminiscence theatre. So we went into the old people's home, listened to their stories, and then did a play back to them of their memories. And it was absolutely amazing. So did all that, and then thought, I want to travel. And then I went to Thailand with my partner, and we set up our own theatre company, looking at teaching English through drama. And we did projects in Thailand, and now we've come to South Korea. And we work at the Gwangju International English Village doing that. I've only been here 2.5 months, and after 2 weeks, I came to the GPP movement workshop, and I was amazed. GPP is not only, performing, but it's also working with the community, and the fact that they want integration. For us, it's very nerve-wracking, I think, for expats to come to another country, and it is an adventure, but also we do want to meet new people, and we want to learn about different cultures and the culture where we live. So here, as you can see, the photograph here it was a movement workshop and how to move your body. And this, it looks very strange, but acting is strange sometimes. And movement is strange a lot of the time. But it's about having more confidence and being aware of your body, how you stand. I very much stand, sometimes like with my back curved, it's like, okay, I need to stand up straight, and things like that. And this was a group photo at the end. And there was obviously foreigners and Korean people and Koreans, and we worked together. So it was really good. Oh, that's it. Oh, the video. We've got a video. Together, holding a pencil in between your hands, and so you have to walk at the same time, so not to drop the pencil. There I am. And this was the person that ran the workshop, they said this was their favourite moment. I'm not very good with technology. Okay, so when are the workshops? Every month at the moment, once a month. If they get really busy, we'd like to offer 2 a month. And the next workshop is on the 28th of June, and that's going to be a character workshop. Where? Right here in the GIC, so right here. And who can come? Anyone! So that's the best thing about it. It doesn't matter how old you are, where your background, or what country you're from. Anyone can come, and it's for everyone to bring us all together. And it doesn't matter if you've never done any acting or whether you're trained or whatever. It's to come and learn new things and meet new people. Because for us, it can get quite lonely sometimes, you know, and so it's nice to actually be part of something where we can meet new people and learn new things. So thank you very much.
Hello! Like I said before, my name is Caitlin, and I've been involved with theater and choir my whole life. Ever since, as long as I can remember, I've been like, I'm going to be an actress. And my mom's like, okay. And my major was in theater, in acting, and playwriting, and that was great. A lot of my experiences working with children, teaching them about theater and how to sing and be confident on the stage and things like that. So, teaching English here is the next step, right? All right, so I want to talk to you about the choir. It was founded this year. It's brand new. I love singing. I love my norebans. But I wanted to sing in a more disciplined environment. So on the Gwangju page on Facebook, I posted, I said, does anybody want to start a choir? And Heather and Anna, our president, reached out to me. And so now we are co-directing this wonderful, wonderful choir. It's a cappella, so no accompaniment, no piano. And we do all genres and all styles. It's open to everyone. Korean, foreign, 100 years old, 5 years old, experience, no experience, I don't care. I want you. Come join our choir. And if you look at these photos, this is really great. Our first rehearsal, very first one. We didn't even know each other's names yet. Dr. Shin comes to our rehearsal, hands us some music, and says, here, May 11th, sing with us. So we had about a month, maybe, to prepare this piece of music. And so it was amazing. Our choir got to sing with the Hoshin Choir at the May concert. And here we are with them. So handsome, so beautiful. And it was an amazing experience. So, like, our first rehearsal, we had a performance lined up and ready to go. And that's how fast everything has been moving with this choir. So please, join us. We need your voices. Anyone can join. Like we say, anyone can do workshops. Anyone can be a member. Anyone can sing. Even if you think you can't, I think you can. I think you can. So now, we want to show you what we've been working on the last few weeks or so. So, can I get my choir up here, please? So this piece is called Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotye. Maybe you've heard of it? So rehearsals are on Saturdays, 12:30 at the GIC. So please come. We have a Facebook group. Join, please. I hope to see you there. All right.
Okay, hello again. I'm Robyn. I am the membership coordinator of the GPP. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how you can get involved, because we want all of you to be involved. We are on Facebook and Twitter, so you can keep an eye on there if you want to find out some news. But what I would really suggest, if you want to become involved, is to become a member. And I will tell you a little bit more about that in a second. Also, if you really are excited about this and you want to be part of the organizational team, we, the players, those of us who are talking to you today, we're always looking for more people to help out. So please talk to any of us about that if you're interested. We always find a position for somebody. There's always something that needs to be done. And also a few of us will be leaving in the next year, so there will be new positions, for example, membership coordinator, which I am. I will be leaving in the new year, so if somebody else wants to be doing this lovely job, you can do it. Alright, next. So, to be a GPP member, talk to me or any of the members, or any of the players, and you fill out one of these handy dandy little GPP membership forms, and you get to reap all the benefits, which consist of advance notice about auditions and performance opportunities. So we have a private membership page. On Facebook, we let everybody know when you get the chance, when we're doing a new performance, like for rumors, people can find out that way. You just get a little bit of a heads up before everybody else, so you can clear your schedule so you have that opportunity to rehearse and practice and prepare. You also get your name listed on our website, which is great if you ever want to mention it on a resume or something. You can, your name is there, you're legitimized in the system, so that's pretty cool. And you get free access to all of our workshops. So that's great for anybody to meet people. But we also, especially for teachers, we're going to be doing some workshops on voice technique, which is super handy dandy if you're talking in front of people a lot. So whether you're in the public sphere, you speak in front of audiences often, or you just want to make sure that you can get through the day without a tired voice, it's definitely worth it for that. We'll do lots of different types of workshops, like dance workshops, character development workshops, stage movement, we might do some improv. We recently did a juggling workshop, which was a lot of fun. So there's a lot of different, it's kind of across the board in terms of what we do. And lastly, if you plan on coming to one of our performances, you will get a free ticket voucher. Our performances cost 10,000 won. Becoming a member costs 10,000 won, and you get a free ticket. So if you plan on coming to see Rumors, which you definitely should because it's going to be an amazing show, it's worth it to become a member. Because even if you aren't super sure about everything, but you know you want to come see Rumors, it's worthwhile. And I will be sitting right over there after this to talk to anybody who's interested in becoming a member. We've got pens, we've got lots of forms. So if you are interested in it, please talk to me after this. I will be happy to speak with you, and I'm really looking forward to meeting some more of you. Okay.
And that concludes our presentation of the GPP for the GIC Talk. We can be found on Facebook at Gwangju Performance Project, and then our email address is listed as you see. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate your support.
If on your way in you should have been given a white piece of paper, if you did not receive a white piece of paper, simply raise your hand and one of our lovely volunteers will come and give you a white piece of paper. Write your questions on a piece of paper, and once you're finished, raise your hand again and our volunteers will come and collect your questions. Alright, first off, you talked a lot about performance. Is there any specific genre that you prefer? Genre of plays or performances? Do you have a favorite?
I think comedies, I like comedy and drama, both. I like to get deep into a character and get to pull the value out of get to be more honest with your character when it's dramatic, I think. Conversely, the challenge with doing comedy is you risk being slapstick and caricaturizing, you can really cheapen the character. So it's a real challenge to keep your character vulnerable and honest and maintain the relationship with the audience. So I really like the comedy and drama for the opposite reasons.
I guess as my original training is in music and dance, I'm really obsessed with timing. So for that reason, I really love comedy because that's what it's all about.
For me, drama is what I like to portray. I was in a drama here, my first production, and so many people came up to me afterwards and was like, wow, like your character, how you spoke, and what happened to your character through the progression of 11 minutes was really spoke to people, really was moving and touching to them. And I like to make people think. So it's not just me portraying a character, but it's also you as an audience member getting to enjoy and think about what journey as a character that I'm taking.
I really like drama as well, specifically contemporary dramas. I think in dramas, you have to be very vulnerable as an actor, and you can discover amazing things about yourself through discovering a character that's having a hard time, because you kind of put yourself in that bad situation, and it makes you a more empathetic person, and I just feel good.
I really enjoy comedy. Personally, it's a timing thing, and also just like finding, it's all about your audience with comedy. It's all about feeling your audience, feeling what they want, feeling how they're going to react, and that's what I really enjoy about comedy.
I really like drama and political theatre, and especially there's a type of theatre called forum theatre, and it's where a piece is played out to you and then it's redone and the audience can say stop, and then they come up and they resolve the situation, and it's brilliant for community and working together, so I like that sort of theatre.
Who directs your plays, and how does someone become a director?
I can answer that. So our director at the moment just happens to be also the president of the GPP, and I am the assistant director. But typically the director of the play will be someone who is on the committee of the GPP, and they will put their name forward at a committee meeting, and we will decide as a team who will direct the play. So it's really who wants to do it.
My question is, what are some strategies you've used in the classroom for teaching tactics?
Okay, yeah. So at the moment I'm working at building an English drama school for elementary age, and this is a whole new curriculum on teaching English through drama. And I think what teachers always have to do is you have to keep children interested all the time. And when I was in Thailand, there was 53 of them. 53 in a classroom. If you want to act, that is the best performance in my life I've ever done. Walked into a classroom, aged 20 years to become like my mother and become a grown-up, and look at these girls. I'm not very much older than these girls. They were 17 years old, and I feel like I'm 17 still, and I'm having now to become an adult, and they have to trust me to the point where it's like I can help you learn English. So a lot of the activities I use are interactive. It isn't sit at a desk. It's put the desks to the side, let's sit in a circle, let's get up, let's do role plays, let's sing songs, and it's all different techniques like that, playing games. I know that sounds odd maybe, I don't know if you use this thing, but playing games, brilliant. Learning when you don't realise that you're learning, I think, is the best way, and I wish I had it. I've tried to learn French, so in the UK they're like, yeah, learn French or German or Spanish, but you learn at 11, which in my mind is a bit too old, and it was just all classroom based. I'd have loved to have gone somewhere and done an interactive, and then maybe now I might speak French as well as English. So, yeah.
Another question here. What's the typical rehearsal time from audition to actually releasing the play?
Varies, but mostly.
Well, you would know the mostly.
Yeah. We've done plays as short as La Panagio was pretty short, so beginning of March, and the play went in May, so 2 months. one-act play. It was a one-act play. When we did the violence play, it was very drawn out because of holidays, and we started in May, June, and actually had the show October. So it can range between 2 months to 4 or 5. But I would say rule of thumb, we try to get it under 4 months, under 4, 3 preferably. 1 each, maybe 2 a year.
Two this year.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a drama in the second half of this year.
Another question here. Would you consider creating an improv performance group or conducting improv performance workshops?
Yes. I like that.
This is on the
Yeah,
table.
or like the improv games that are in Australia.
Yeah.
Theater, sports, and stuff.
Yeah.
That's, there's a lot of that in Seoul. I know a couple of people that do that in Seoul, and it's on the table. I know
Yeah,
we'll talk about
definitely.
it.
We have people interested. We would love to hear from you if you're interested.
Yes. What plays do you like to focus on? Do you like to focus on more modern plays or traditional plays?
A range.
A range? Is there a favourite?
I would say that the GPP now is attempting to not have a favourite. So in this 6 months we are doing a comedy that is about as silly as you can imagine. It's almost like a Korean game show, it's that silly. But in the second half of the year, and we are deciding on the exact play today in our committee meeting, we are going to have a drama. So we really want to focus on all ends of theatre. And we are thinking maybe about some broader productions as well next year.
It is a difficult balance between doing traditional plays and, oh, everyone wants to see Romeo and Juliet, and then interpreting it in a different way versus contemporary modern theater. Because modern theater, you want to stay closer to your mission statement and your characters, whereas people are more familiar with older plays. So there is a balance between what we do.
Have you seen any Korean plays? If you have, is there a favourite?
I saw Nanta. It was extremely impressive. And you didn't even, for those of us that don't speak Korean fluently, like you get the gist of the actual play. And my friend who went with me actually got pulled on stage to actually be part of the production. So Nanta was amazing.
Yeah. About all out of questions here. Includes Q&A, I think. Thank you very much.